What's up, guys? Your boy Trippy here with another reaction video, and this one is about Easy Meal, Lackland. I'm really excited to hear this song, and I know I say that a lot because, well, if I react to it, I'm excited to listen to it, but especially this one because I went to Lackland. I was in Lackland for 6 months, and from reading the comments from my last video, or 2 videos ago, you guys said that he went to Lackland, he was in the Air Force. Unfortunately, he didn't finish basic or something about a medical issue, which I do believe because I know a bunch of people who didn't make it through basic because of medical issues, like so much to the point they had a whole squadron, like a whole squadron full of medical trainees or whatever. But yeah, so that's really awesome. Like, I'm starting to be more interested with Easy Meal because we have another connection or similar things. He went to Lackland. I fucking practically lived at Lackland for 6 months, even after basic, because I was in basic for I think 2.5. I think it was 2.5, 3 months, just about around there. And also my tech school was there. I was in security forces, which is like the law enforcement or military police version for the Air Force. And it was also at Lackland. So Lackland is probably the worst base you want to be on because that's where all the like TIs and sergeants and that's where they're at. And you have to be like everything has to be up to par. Like, you can't slack off. Like, everything in the rule book, you have to be that type of airman at Lackland. Like, you have to be the best of the best. Like, you have to be the example. But other bases, like my first duty base, we got to slack off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't care much about the dress code, facial hair, stuff like that. It was way more laid back. But no, not at Lackland. And when you was in my tech school, it was freaking terrible. It was awful. It was awful. So I'm really excited to hear what he's talking about because I know all about Lackland. Man, you couldn't pay me to go back to Lackland. I don't care. You gave me $1 million, I would not go back to Lackland. I don't care. I mean, I might go if I had a family member or a friend that went through the military and like graduated there. But besides that, nope, not going back. You can't pay me. So yeah. Also, I just want to give a quick shout out to all my subscribers. If you didn't watch the last video, I just want to thank all you guys for getting me to 1K. Appreciate it. Also, I got to drop down below all the people that recommended I do this track. It was a lot of you, so I'm just going to pick 3 like I always do. Just, drop it down below. So yeah, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. That's in the description box below. You can donate to my PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. That's also down below, and that's going to help my channel grow. And but I just appreciate all the love and support for you guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and knock out Lackland, cause I feel like this song is gonna like bring back some memories, man. Like, so man, let's go ahead and knock it out. Let's go.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
It's been 2 months already. I'll tell y'all all about it. Yeah, look. Slowly passed the days that I counted before I got in, and I already had the tickets to the bus that I'd hop in, and never considered my own self if I would've tried stopping. I taste the bitter with no health, I got my mind locked in a little world where I'm a good boy, never was a sinner. Imagine my own self struggling, hunting a buck for dinner, running away ain't solving it, so a bullet pierces its skin. Administer killers through voluntary systems, wonder who's sicker.
I like how he started off because like that's exactly how it feels before you go off, into the military. You're waiting, and it's a long process. Like, my process was like 6 months. Like, some people's not that long, but mine was 6 months. I remember I signed up in like May of like 2017, and I didn't take my oath until like December of 2017, or maybe it was 16. I think it was 16. Yeah. It was the May of 2016. I didn't take my oath until December of 2016. So yeah, it's a long process. And also, I got disqualified because I had heart surgery with a baby, so I had a scar on my back. So they knew about it and still disqualified me when I got the MEPS. It was really stupid. So I had to wait like an extra 3 months for me to get tests done and all that crap on my heart. So yeah. But it's a long process. So you just sit there and count the days down. Like, at the time I was broke and have a job, so you know what I mean. It was a very long, tough process. So yeah, I like how he started off with that. So let's run that back.
Boy, boy never was a sinner. Imagine my own self struggling, hunting a buck for dinner. Running away ain't solving it, so a bullet pierces its skin. Administer killers through voluntary systems, wonder who's sicker. Me or the man who slayed in shame and paved the way for my generation to pledge in marching days of rain. Not even the slightest clue on how to take away the pain, and I couldn't seize up these thoughts on my way to basic training. I went in with good intentions, most didn't believe me. They need to see me. Yeah, my good friends wish me luck even though they don't want me leaving. I guess it's even. Compared to them, is this the better myself? Cause I just be rapping. So what's happening? The more I think about it, they must be sitting back home and laughing while I'm.
Man, that's crazy, because that's one thing you think about, like, when you're at Lackland or in basic training, you're thinking about all the people that's back home. Like, and I don't know if he meant this in the chorus, but I can tell you personally, like, when I was in, like, nobody really understands, like, what you're going through. They just, you know, they think about you going there and, oh, you're doing something great, but nobody understands, like, the bullshit you have to deal. Like, you can't vent to people back home because they don't understand, and you can't vent to people there because at the time it's your TIs and the people that's also going through the same thing with you. So that's how you form a bond with the people you're roomed up with, you know, in the dorm, or people that's on your flight together. That's how you bond, because you're all going through the same bullshit together. And like the first 2 weeks you're gonna hate each other, but after a while, like you become brothers, because you live with these people every day. You have to shower with these people, it was weird for me, like the first 3 days having to shower around like 6 or 8 dudes. Because I went to the 322nd. So the 322nd is like the smallest squadron. Not the smallest, but it was the worst. Like it was the worst squadron or dorms in the whole for all the trainees. Like you have the 322nd, which is called Alcatraz, and then you have all the other squadrons, and I'm talking about it's huge. It looks like a freaking like big ass hotel, and it's nice as hell. They got nice ass showers, automatic water fountains. We didn't have none of that. We had to drink out of a sink. Man, so that's why they call it Alcatraz, because it's really ran down and raggedy, while their shit is called Disneyland because it looks beautiful. So yeah, we had a shower with like 8 people, and like the shower heads were broke, like, so you had to like take turns, and man, there was never even hot. It was terrible, man. I hated the 322nd. No, I didn't hate the 322nd because I loved it, but when I looked at what everybody else is living in, I'm like, dude, what the fuck, like. They got it made, man. So if you went to the 322nd, like you was a real one. It's a big difference. So yeah, let's run that back.
Compared to them, is this the better myself? Cause I just be rapping. So what's happening? The more I think about it, they must be sitting back home and laughing while I'm in Lackland. Yeah. Finally set foot chillin' up in the airport, saw the cats there sitting, we joining the Air Force, and that was the grave I'm digging, but it was my dare choice, will we be end up killing a couple of scared boys, that might have been not the real case, but it definitely crossed on my thoughts. The TI's expectations leveled on making us follow like buds, storm out for 1-3-20 seconds where we filled the bus lots.
322nd. We went to the same fucking squadron. So hey, he's a real nigga, because I know you went to the 322nd, you went through Alcatraz. Like I automatically had any respect for people that went through the 322nd. Like I met people when I was in Alaska that told me went through the 322nd. Instant friends, man. Instant fucking friends. That's dope. I think he said dorm Alpha 1. I don't remember what dorm I was in, but I believe it was like dorm like 3 or 4. I know it was on the second floor. So you have the second floor was, I think the second floor was Alpha 1, and the bottom, I don't remember. I'm not sure, but I definitely know what squad he was talking about. We went to the same fuck. He went to Alcatraz, man. That is dope as fuck. That is dope as fuck. We went to the same fucking squadron, so we went through the same fucking struggles. Like that's dope. I know what cafeteria he ate in. I know all that shit. I'm kind of, if anybody knows when he went, we might have went during the same time or around the same time, because this is in 2019. So, yep, I'm not sure, but yeah, man, that is dope as fuck, man. Shouts out to Easy Meal one time, 322nd, 2nd and 9, come get some pride, character, excellence. Hell yeah, Easy Meal. Let's run that back.
That might have been not the real case, but it definitely crossed through my thoughts. The T.I.'s expectations leveled on making us follow like butts. Still around for 1, 3, 20 seconds where we filled up our slots. A few days in and some already wanna tie their necks up in knots. But that was the nature they cultivated. They make it way too insane for those who think it's a game, when in truth it really is. You just gotta know how to mentally play it. I should never say it, but motherfucker, reporting statement.
Facts, man. Fucking facts, man. Fucking reporting statement, dude. Oh my god, dude. I got so tired. I used to get frustrated, like, having to talk to the T.I.s, man. Dude, I love this fucking song, dude. Because this is, like, my whole basic training experience. Like, I used to hate fucking talking to the T.I.s. Alright, you don't know what a reporting statement is. You basically have to say, before you even talk, you have to say everything you want to say to a T.I. or a sergeant. You got to say a report statement first. And that is, sir, trainee, damn, what was my report statement? Sir or ma'am, trainee corporate reports as ordered. Oh, I still remember. So yeah, that's your report statement. And so you have to say that before you say anything, man. And so I remember like my first week or two, I would forget because like, I can tell, that's why I can tell I wasn't meant for the military for real, because I couldn't understand, like, you're a human, I'm a human, why I have to go through these fucking, this shit just to talk to you. So like we just get I'm talking about chewed out for not saying a report statement. So like I definitely feel a fuck of a reporting statement, dude. And then when I got to tech school, like tech school for security forces was still kind of like basic training. We were the only ones with like strict tech school. Like I don't want to get much in detail as to why, but it was terrible. So we still had a good reporting statement. It wasn't as long. It was Sir Airman Culpepper reports. Instead of saying trainee airman or Sir trainee Culpepper reports as ordered, we just said in tech school, Sir or ma'am Airman Culpepper reports. So it was still a report statement, just not as long. So, but yeah, man, fuck a reporting statement. And also, I felt them when I remember the first couple of days we was in basic training. And we was looking around. I was looking around people on my flight. Like we was like, why the fuck are we here? Like everybody. I remember the first night. That's what I thought. I'm laying in bed, and like the sergeants are yelling at us for some dumb shit. Like, cause we don't know what to do. Like, and that's the crazy thing. Like, you don't know what the fuck to do. They tell you, and like, well, really, they expect you just to know and figure it out. So one thing I hated was, sometimes you can be the example. Like, I don't care if you do everything right, you're going to get chewed out eventually for something. Like, you're going to mess up something. And like, so what they'll do is, instead of chewing out everybody or letting everybody make the same mistake, they chew out one person and let him have it. I'm talking about to the point where it fucks you up psychologically. You're like, okay, I do not want to go through that. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not saying the Air Force was tough or anything like that, but they definitely need to work on like the mental side of like basic training, because I know people were calling the Air Force basic training soft or whatever, but dude, like looking at like the mental aspect side of it, like the psychological shit and the way I am today, like I have like high anxiety now because of basic training. Like if I hear somebody like shouting like unexpectedly, like I jump and like, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to go at the position of attention. Like, or I remember basic training, like every single, like in a flight full of 60 people, every single one of us at night yelled in our sleep. And we used to say our report statement in our fucking sleep, like yelling it, and everybody went through it. I went through it twice. There's this one dude, I can't forget his name now, but he used to do it, Rodriguez. He used to do it like almost like 3 times a week. Like, man, dude, and like that's something I noticed, like some type of like effects that I got from basic training that I still, and that was like fucking 5-6 years ago, and I'm still like jumpy. Like I'm super jumpy. I'm always expecting something bad to happen. I feel like if I get like somebody yells like just randomly, like I jump. So that's why it's from basic training. So yeah, man, I feel him on that. Run that back.
They make it way too insane for those who think it's a game, when in truth it really is. You just gotta know how to mentally play it. I should never say it, but motherfucker, reporting statement. I went in with good intentions, most didn't believe me. They need to see me. Yeah, my good friends wish me luck even though they don't want me leaving. I guess it's even. Compared to them, is this the better myself? Cause I just be rapping. So what's happening? The more I think about it, they must be sitting back home and laughing while I'm in Lackland. The day came when we had to get our neurotic shots to stabilize all our systems, but man, it was too much. And the side effects on the wall said one was pox, but I didn't care, I knew I was in favor with the odds. Psych. A few days later, woken up on my bed, froze. Just got so sick that I was feeling hella dead, bro. Went to read and can't believe it, what they said, though.
Wait, I'll run that back. I'm not sure which neurotic shots he's talking about, because when I was in, or for one, the biggest thing everybody like is afraid of is the damn, what shot was it? They call it the peanut butter shot. What was it? Shit, I can't remember. Damn, what shot was it? Anyway, I didn't have to take it. Like, so I didn't get the big shot like in the ass. I had to take pills. But the neurotic, I'm not sure which ones he's talking about necessarily, because when we were taking our shots and shit, like I'm talking about, you go into this room and it's actually he said read, right? It's like, I think it's beside Reed or behind Reed, one of the two. It's close to the doctor's office or whatever, where we did it at, or the little hospital or whatever. It's close to there, and you wait in this room, and there's just like this room in the back, and there's like a line, and like 4 people on each side, and like it's like you're like in a damn assembly line. You're walking through, and as you're walking through, they just put shots in your arm. Just put shots in your arm. So you walk through, boom, shot to the right, go to the next person, shot to the left, shot to the right, shot to the left. So I have no idea what they put in my body. I have no fucking idea. So I just want to throw that out there real quick. It was really weird. I don't know. They could have put a tracker in my body for all I know, and I wouldn't even know it. So let's run that back.
With the odds, psych. A few days later, woken up on my bed, froze. Just got so sick that I was feeling hella dead, bro. Went to read and can't believe it, what they said, though. That I was going home, they sending me to med.
That's the squadron I was talking about, Medhold. Medhold is a squadron. It's actually, all right, so you had the 322nd, and then I think they were like the 323rd, like the 324th, I believe, or 327th. It was something like, it was 320 something. Or it was 3 something, I remember. And then there were like 2 squadrons down from, or 2 or 3 squadrons down from Alcatraz or 322nd. And the squadron was about the same. Like, all right, so how can I explain this? Like, you had the 322nd, then you had right across the street was like the 324th or whatever. That's like for Airman's Week. That's for the graduates. So like that's where all the graduates stay from 1 week, and you have like a little therapy session like for a week. Basically, you talk about your problems and like you decompress from all the bullshit you just went through in basic training for them 8 weeks, or some 7 weeks, and the 8th week is just decompressing, and you're with all the graduates all over the whole squadron. You're in one squadron together for a whole week, and they just randomly put you in dorms with random people from all over. Most of the people you already know from Beast Week, if you was in the same zone with these people, and most of these other people you know from your squadron. But it's a lot of you motherfuckers. And then like a squadron or 2 over is Medhold. If you don't know what Medhold is, like I said earlier, basically where all the injured people, you're injured, sick, freaking pregnant, yeah, it happens, pregnant, or something, like something that gets you out of training, you go to Medhold, like for a medical reason or something like that. Or even if you're in trouble, you gotta stay in Medhold. Or I know a lot of people who don't get orders for their next, for tech school or whatever, so they gotta stay either at Medhold or over at the Airman's Week squadron, like for a minute. I know people that have been in basic training for like half a year to a whole year to a year and a half, like just at Medhold, because they're injured or they're hurt or something, and they can't, you know what I mean? They can't go through training unless they heal up or whatever, and they get their orders. So it's really depressing. So I don't know how long he stayed, but a sickness like that, he probably stayed in for a little bit. If he was sick, he probably had to stay for a little while, or unless they just let him go home or whatever. So I don't know. It depends on when he was in. So yeah.
on my bed, bro. She just got so sick that I was feeling hella dead, bro. Went to read and can't believe it what they said, though. That I was going home, they sending me to med, ho. That was the place that I actually spent a month in. The atmosphere was chill, you could slack, and no one's frontin'. But the thing that got to me was the fact they gave us privileges at the cost of cleaning the crap out of latrines.
Bro, I love this fucking song because that is fucking facts. Like, that's one thing med hold. All right, so when you're in med hold, they gotta keep you busy, and like, so you have to do something. I know it sucks, but you have to do something. So they put you to work, and like, there's this job called KP. I don't know if a lot of people in med hold did it, but I know there was a lot of people from med hold that also joined in KP. KP is like kitchen patrol, kitchen duty. That shit sucks. That sucks so bad. But at the same time, like, you gotta think, you don't have janitors on a military base. You're never gonna see a janitor on a military base. Never, not one. The janitors are the troops. Like, so you gotta keep it clean. You gotta, like, so they pick people that's either in trouble, hurt, or sick. And like, so I feel them on that. It's fucked up, but because like in med hold, you did have a lot of privileges because you couldn't train. So you had to stay busy. And most of the times, like, you got to slack off because the TIs were really cool, and they didn't. And most of the time, they didn't really have like a lot of supervision, or like constant supervision. But besides that, they were really chill. But you had to clean up a lot, and he wasn't lying. You had to clean up the latrine. The latrine is the bathrooms. That's what you call the bathrooms at basic training. So you got to clean up the latrines, and ooh, I feel bad for him. I had to do that. Somehow I got lucky, and I never had to clean a single bathroom. Well, while I was in basic training, I did clean some bathrooms when I was in Alaska at my first duty station, but yeah, so somehow I skated past that, so I felt them on that.
Didn't limit us to cut-offs and back to confiscation like that. Just straight up felt like we cat. The boost of surges sit for us who got some birthdays they passed like no one's business was happening to the shit like no cap. Can't understand it, but that's just the side of me that's really pissed and wants to hate it. The truth is I understood that my body couldn't take it. Maybe the brightest side is now that I'm back home in Vegas, but to those who believe, I'm sorry, yo, I didn't make it. I went in with good intentions, most didn't, but
man, dude, that really sucks because I know a dude who, man, he wanted so bad. He was on my flight. He wanted so bad to complete basic training, and he didn't because, and this was so messed up. It was so messed up. He went through like I believe, no, it was 4.5 weeks of basic training. So he went through a whole month of basic training, and just for him to find out that he failed his ear test for MEPS. But they let him go through anyway, and then when he came in, we had another ear test. As soon as you get in, like, they double check to make sure their tests were correct. So like, apparently he had like a bad ear or something, and they kicked him out. And man, like, he cried, we cried, like, because we was like a small like brotherhood, like we all would have died for each other, like, so we knew how bad he wanted this. So, and the biggest thing he said was he didn't want to go back home with failure. And I was like, dude, there's so many people that go through military, especially the Air Force. The Air Force kicks you out more than anybody, like quicker than anybody else. The Air Force is the hardest branch to get in and stay in. Like, it's harder to stay in the Air Force than it is to get in the Air Force. But yeah, man, like, I definitely feel him on that because like as soon as you don't make it, or as soon as, because everybody thinks you're this like hero and you get all this love from back home, and you come back home being the same person you left as, and like I felt that, and I hate that for him, man. I hate that so much because it wasn't his fault, and just his body couldn't take it, and that sucks, man. Because I met a lot of people in that same situation. So let's go.
Leave me, they need to see me. Yeah, my good friends wish me luck even though they don't want me leaving. I guess it's even. Compared to them, is this the better myself? Cause I just be rapping, so what's happening? The more I think about it, they must be sitting back home and laughing while I'm in Lackland. Hey, shouts out to my 322nd boys, man. Burgess, Davis, and the ones I came with from Vegas, Thompson, Weatherspoon, Sadri. Hope y'all doing good, man. Hey, where's all my Meadow boys like Del Toro Alpha 6? Y'all, I told y'all I'll make this song about fucking BMT and all the metal and shit, but it's all good, you know. You just gotta play how sketch it.
Man, that is dope. That is so dope. You know, he's from the 322nd. I'm from the 322nd. I think that's fucking awesome. And he showed love to all the people that was on his flight. I think that was also dope as well. Man, dude, I really love this track. Like, this might be my favorite song by him. Honestly, just from the connection I have to this song. Like, I've always wanted. I've never been able to put or be able to express my experience of Lackland people, but I don't know. This was like a good way to express it because he put it in words that I haven't thought about since I was in Lackland. So yeah, shouts at Easy Meal one time, and also shouts at Easy Meal for 322nd, boys. 2nd and 9, come get some pride, character, excellence. Man, hell yeah, folks. I ain't said that shit forever, but that's our 322nd. That's our squadron chant. So yeah. Actually, my next video, I'm gonna wear my 322nd shirt. Just so y'all don't believe me, but it's over there somewhere. But I don't want to find it. But yeah, man, this is Easy Meal, Lackland. Man, dude, I love this track because, man, I lived in Lackland, like I said, for 6 months, and I hated it. So I know exactly what he's talking about. Like everything he said, I know exactly what he's talking about. Man, I love this track for real, for real. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It's your boy Trippy. We out.